Day 9, what a day. Certainly our most adventurous on trail so far, and our hardest. It's about a 20k day. Some of that was creek walking, and then a very, very tough section through the forest, which was very wet and very muddy. Quite a few falls and slips down there. Some parts I did actually sitting on my bum going down. We ended up having a bit of a wash in the river, and before continuing on. It was spectacular scenery. It was absolutely gorgeous. It's just a shame that the weather wasn't on our side that day. The rain didn't start until around lunchtime. By then we were up in the forest, up on a ridge, and it was really raining quite heavily. We then had a 9k walk to the campground at the other end. So by the time we got there, it was about 5:30 in the afternoon. We were soaked through, pretty chilly, and were met at the hut by most of the other group that we've started with, and that was a very, very welcome sight. Here's some video footage of what we went through on day 9.
Still going down.
It's slippery. How cute's this? Bring the tree down. How about this for a morning tea break? What a magic spot this is. Don't know whether I'd trust this tree fern, Dave. very slippery. Very slow going. I think we've got about 3.5 k's of this, but we've got all day to do it in. Oh well, half a day. That way, Dave. This is really gnarly. The last part we did on our bums. Then like magic, there's a boardwalk and stairs. Boy, are we glad to see this. Still following the Blackbridge River. It's not getting any better. A quick wash off in the Waipapa River. Trying to get some of the mud off us before we continue on. Turn around, Dave. Dave's had quite a few slips and falls. Looking a little bit worse for wear.
My bum look big enough?
It looks pretty dirty. DOC, or the Department of Conservation here, do an amazing job trying to control feral animals. So these, probably every 100 metres you'll see these cages. They're to trap mustelids, which are the stoats and weasels and ferrets that were introduced and have become a great problem. And of course, one of our that we passed across, the possum traps. And you'll see these every 100 metres. What a job this must be to come through and bait regularly. But even so, we're walking through, there's logs that have fallen across the road that have been chainsawed. And you think, man, what a job that is to bring the chainsaws through. It really is quite a tough track, particularly in the rain like it is today. It's just raining gently. It's absolutely beautiful, but it does make for a very, very slippery track. It's going to be a late evening this evening. We're heading to the Puketi recreational area. 5 hours, 12 kilometres. If it's anything like we've done, we just did the one, we suggested 1.5 hours. It took us, I think, almost twice that. Continue on. That was a steep climb up from the river.
Sorry.
I'll walk along for a ridge for a bit apparently. Such a pleasure to be on firm ground, on a well-formed track. This is beautiful.